Hi Gemini, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 1st to the 7th of December. Let's begin. You feel low-key anxious, like you feel very, like you're waiting for something. You're waiting for something, and you feel anxious because you're going through a situation where you feel like you're making a compromise, and you're waiting for things to change within your life. You're looking for that release, that sort of like a weight being taken off of you. You feel like weighed down by your reality, what's going on in your physical world. Maybe your bills, rent, stuff like this is weighing on you. Finances are weighing on you. Life in general is weighing on you. You're not in ideal situations. This is where you're making a compromise. You're making a compromise in your life so that you can be in alignment with what you want and desire from life, basically in alignment with yourself, with your true self, in alignment, and you're making a compromise with your external, how things are looking, so that you can actually be on your path, fully on your path. Like, you don't want to dedicate yourself to something fully until you're fully sure that this is the right way. You're not even dedicating at all to anything. You're letting things unfold spontaneously, is what I'm hearing. You're letting things unfold. You're not chasing, you're attracting. You're letting things unfold. Situations, experiences, things you're going through, you're letting them unfold within your life. So you can gain more clarity about the way that you're meant to go. And this is where the compromise is, but it's weighing you down this week. You're feeling weighed down by responsibilities, and you're looking for that release. You're looking for that release. You're looking for things to be like cleared away, so that there's no barrier. Not a barrier. It's a barrier. It feels like a barrier to you. It's not an actual barrier, but it feels like a barrier because you're making a compromise. But it is being cleaned away. It's been swept away like dust. These situations that you're going through are being swept away like dust this week, so that you feel brand new and clean and able to do things the way you need to do things, not have like that baggage, not feel weighed down by situations. You're moving fast. You're moving fast. If whether you know it or not, you are moving fast towards happiness, real tangible happiness. You're moving very fast towards it. But it's just a lot going on within your life. There's a lot of things that are happening. And you're just looking for that release. It's coming in here this week. That release you're looking for is coming in. Finding freedom. I'm laughing because it's like Finding Nemo, but instead of Finding Nemo, it's Finding Freedom. Maybe you felt like Nemo, like estranged from your life, it's estranged from destiny, estranged from happiness. You've been estranged from happiness, estranged from freedom. You've been estranged from freedom. And you're finding freedom this week. Finding freedom. Finding freedom. You're finding the way out. You're finding a way out. You're finding the way. You're finding the way. You're at the place where you need to be, but it's like there's all these doors that are in front of you and you're not able to. I'm seeing like you're in a chamber, not a chamber, but you're in a place where it's like circular and there's all these doors that are around you. You can go anywhere and you're like trying to find which way is the way. And it's like this week, it's like this magical arrow is appearing and it's pointing down that way. That this is the key, this is the way forwards, this is the path. It's like it's been being made obvious to you that this is the way forwards. Because some of these doors, they lead backwards. Some of these doors, they are not what they seem. And you have to pick, and you can only pick one. And this is what you're going for. And this is why you're not chasing, you're attracting, you're taking your time to really assess what you're going through. You're taking your time to assess what's in front of you, not jumping straight to the first thing, which you tend to do. And I don't really know about archetypes or stuff like that, or all of that stuff, like because I try to break away from cycles and stuff, so I'm not trying to get into astrology. I'm more of a spiritualist, but so I don't know what archetypes belong to what people or signs, but you jump to things very quickly. If something looks good, you will jump to it without questioning it. You've learned how to not judge things by how they look, but how they feel. And it's taken you a while to understand this, that you need to pay attention to how things make you feel rather than what they look. You've been judging the book by its cover. You judge the book by its cover because every book is this, like everyone, all books are the same, but that's not true. Not all books are the same. And some of the best books come in the most simplest covers. So, and you've learned really not to just, use your eyes and your senses, but more or less to use your heart to guide. And not your heart, I would say, but like a deeper way to understand this is like you're not using your mind, you're using what it makes you feel. Even if it looks good, you're trusting your own feelings. And not a gut feeling, it's a feeling. Everybody's got their senses are different in terms of picking up on what's good for them and what's bad for them. Some people feel through their hands, some people feel through their feet. One thing that we all have is the heart, that we can ask the heart a question without the brain interfering, and the heart will give you an answer. And you feel this already in situations where you want something or you really don't want something. You already know this. But yeah, let's jump into your reading. So, your current energy at the moment, like I was saying, your external world is really challenging for you at this time. It's really weighing you down, feeling like a burden, feeling like you're having to be in this energy of the Four of Pentacles. You don't have a choice. I feel very strongly you don't have a choice in this matter. And you're going through this energy of the Four of Pentacles, which is all about security, control over things within your life, where you feel like things are very out of control. There's a lack of control. You're trying to gain more control of things in your life, but it just seems very difficult. You're going through this energy of really having to need finances, really need opportunities to make finances. You might be feeling a bit greedy, like taking on more work than you should be, doing more overtime than you should be, trying to earn more, to feel that sort of security within your finances, feeling more in control of what is happening to you within your external world. I want you to know that you are actually being looked after. Even if you were to hypothetically go through the worst within your mind, you will still be looked after. You have spirits watching over you that are looking after you, helping you to find yourself. You're not alone. You are going through this alone, but you have support. Spirits are supporting you. Different spirits are supporting you here. I'm seeing fairies, and not fairies, and how do fairies? It's it's not spelled fairies. It's spelled Fearies. Fairies. Maybe you're connected to Irish, or something. I'm seeing them. I don't know. They're Irish. Like I'm seeing like fairies. F-E, is it F-R? F-R-E-A-R-E-S? F-R-E-A-I-E-S. Fairies. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hearing, they're telling me that they get confused with leprechauns. They're not a leprechaun. They're fairies. Anyway, they're watching out for you. They're looking out for you, making sure that you are being true to yourself first of all, as well as trying to help you see past your limitations and help you feel more comfortable with making the decisions that you have been making, so that you can keep moving forwards within your life. You have some sort of connection with Irish folklore. It's not something that is, so they were probably forced to be Christians at some point, so it became folklore. What they're telling me, so you should look up Irish folklore. There's some sort of benefit for you there. Wherever you're from, you have some sort of connection to Ireland. The pagans in Ireland is what I'm hearing. Pagan lifestyle, maybe in a different life you lived there. Yeah, I'm hearing it. So, yeah. Anyway, you're going through this energy of the Four of Pentacles, where you're having to really focus on your finances at this time, and you don't really want to. You've been through a huge transformation. You're at this point where you have mastered yourself, from a place of truth. You've become more wise, have a lot more respect for yourself, and you're like really trying to take leadership of things of your life. But it's just like, what the hell? Unless it's like, this energy of you being in the same bloody situation within your life with financially, that's like blocking you in a way. You feel like it's a blockage. Something's really trying to stop you here. This card really wanted to come out, but you are moving forward very quickly. You are moving forwards very quickly. I want you to know that things may not seem like they're moving, but they are. They are moving very, very quickly. Internally, what you are on the inside is what is reflected. Is what the universe gives you. If inside you're full of hate, you're full of misery, you're full of anxiety, the universe will give you more situations to feel hate, to feel more hated, to feel more fearful, to feel more anxiety. If you feel love, happiness within, then the universe will give you more situations where you can feel more love, where you can feel more happy, you've been recalibrating yourself. You've been recalibrating your internal machinery, your clockwork is what I'm hearing. You feel like it's a clockwork. You've been recalibrating yourself, your beliefs, your ideas, your belief systems, your idea system, your brain, your emotions. Everything's been recalibrated to. You've been fine-tuning it to your frequency, your real frequency. You've not been vibrating at your true frequency. You've been vibrating at a frequency that is somebody else's, not your frequency. And this is what you've been recalibrating. But yeah, at this time you have mastered yourself. You've been through a huge transformation. You're already at, past the point of transformation. But you're having a situation here before the week begins, where you feel like you're in a lot of pain. You're in a lot of pain, a lot of sorrow, and this is something in regards to your finances again, where you feel like here you will need to put the chains on your neck. The devil card here is about this man and woman being really entranced by temptation, and so they have these chains around their necks which are really on loosely, but they could take them off at any time, but they don't realize they could, because they don't even look down them to look at these chains. But this is a situation coming in to tempt you, and you're going to feel like you should take it, because if you don't take it, you're going to be feeling more pain, that you have this pain of being in this energy, of having to worry about your control, having to worry about security. We are souls that come into this human experience to have spiritual experiences. Life isn't meant to be constant. A best example is our trees, leaves on a tree. You have spring, summer, autumn, winter. Life and death happens right before our eyes. And the trees go through it every year, but they're still standing, so it's not always going to be a continuous happiness. You will have to go through lessons, you will have to go through learning, and this is not lessons to make you feel small. This is for your soul to evolve, to become stronger, to become better, to become everything more than what you currently are. But you're gonna feel pained if you don't do it. If you don't follow this temptation, it's tempting to your shadow self, whatever this thing is that's coming in. This could be an offer. It could be something. I feel like it's something to do with finances here, where you're like, I should do this one thing, but it's like it's enslaving you basically to it, and you're tempted to go ahead and do this thing because it makes you feel pain if you don't. It pains you to say no, basically, and it might feel heartbreaking. It might feel it might make you worried that this is a good opportunity for finances. This is a good opportunity for me. I could take a L for the time being, make a compromise for the time being, and then after a while I'll be much better financially. Clarifying this devil card, we have the Hermit card, which is about self-examination, introspection, questioning oneself, questioning yourself here, following your inner guidance. You have been on this journey already of learning yourself. You've already questioned yourself. You've been on this path where you've gone to the furthest part of your being to understand yourself. You've been in the furthest, deepest, darkest parts. Here in the Hermit, he goes through, it's the Fool, and he goes through on his journey, and he reaches the top of a mountain, and as he reaches the top, he realizes that at this stage he hasn't gone through an experience. Every part of his stages, or every part of his journey, he learned something. He goes, he hasn't learned anything, so he carries on. So he ends up climbing up another mountain, and this other mountain is much more treacherous than the first one, and very, very cold. He ends up growing a white beard as a result of this journey. And here is it's significant here for you as well, because been a long journey to come to this point where you are right now of understanding yourself, really learning to follow your inner guidance to what your future is, what your destiny, what your happiness is. This is what you've been doing. You've been doing some soul searching. You've been doing a lot of soul searching, and this is your advice here, is to follow your inner guidance in regards to whatever the situation is. It could be something that is being presented to you. Yes, some sort of opportunity here that's being presented to you. Someone's coming and being very optimistic about working with you in some kind of way, trying to give you this opportunity to work with them in finances. They feel like you're the right match for whatever this is. They have all these ideas of how to use you, not to work with you, but to use you. For their benefit. So they recognize your energy. They see your energy and they see, okay, this person, I want this person on my team or whatever. And they're coming in trying to, trying to convince, to tempt you. It's interesting because they're kind of like facing each other at the devil. The devil's in the middle, and they're kind of like facing each other, which I find very interesting, because I have another card here, which is the Page of Cups, which is actually above the Hermit here, and he's also facing the same way as the Hermit. So it kind of means that you're on two different sides. The way you're viewing it, the way this person or people are viewing it is very different. Like, you have two different very perspectives of what's going on, but they're trying to tempt you into, a contract, perhaps, signing some sort of contract, and you feel like it'll be a pain for you if you don't do it. This seems like a good opportunity, but use your inner guidance here, wherever it is. Use your inner guidance. You know you have the answers with it in already. You've done the self-examination, the soul searching. You know what's best for you, what's not good for you. So you don't need to waste your time in repeating things that you've already been through. And this is what this devil energy here is representative of, something that you've already been through and learned a lesson from. And again, the lessons are not there to belittle you, but to make you better than you have ever been. So, your theme for the week is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups here is, this week is going to be a very spiritual week for you. You're going to be tapping into your spirituality, evolving your psychic gifts here, like you're upgrading your psychic gifts. They're being upgraded in general. You're very inquisitive. You're asking questions about life. You're asking questions about where you're going, what you're doing. You're very inquisitive about things that are going on. I would say here, things are calming down a lot more this week than they have been the last few weeks for you. The last few weeks have been very turbulent. I'm not sure why. I'm hearing it's something to do with the planets, but things are calming down for you this week, and you're able to kind of visualize things that you want in your life. You're able to now this week spend time to visualize the way forward for you, what is the best way. And again, this is coming from your inner guidance. It's coming from your heart, your inner guidance. You found your inner guidance, and this is what's leading you. Your heart is leading you. You need to just, if you are still unsure of how to ask your heart a question, you just simply don't use your brain, use your heart. You ask your heart, heart, should I do blah, whatever, and don't let your brain answer, let your heart answer. And the way your heart answers is a feeling. It's not a thought, it's a feeling. If your heart feels heavy, it's a no. If it feels light, it's a yes. It's really simple. And these questions you're going to be asking, a lot of them have got to do with spirituality, your path, and you're like having a sort of like a vision. You're asking yourself questions of like what's best, which way you should go. You're tapped into your own intuition, you're tapped into your own spirituality, and it's helping you move forwards. It's helping you illuminate the way forwards for you at this time. So this is what you're going through pretty much the whole week. This is your energy. Between Monday and Wednesday, you're going through this energy of the Chariot. And the Chariot is moving fast very quickly. It's fast energy. So the Fool finds the Chariot on the side of the road, and he gets into the Chariot and he goes, it must have been made for me because it's very regal. And he dons this armor, and the armor represents the future and what is possible. So this also talks about being very determined, taking focused action, control of your own self, control of what you're doing, what you're giving to, what you're spending time on, what you're consuming, what you're doing for entertainment. You're moving fast here very quickly, and clarifying this is the Six of Pentacles. So you are seeing some sort of material success coming in. You are receiving here and feeling very kind. You're receiving kindly also, like you're feeling kind towards people just in general, mostly towards yourself and what you're doing, but you're moving forwards very quickly. You're very balanced. You understand that there needs to be a balance for you to move forwards within your life of like work and play, and not overdoing something too much, so that you can stay in balance. And you're finding healing as you're doing so, taking focused action here between Monday and Wednesday towards whatever you want from life. You're moving forwards very quickly here. The Chariot is a very fast energy. So once he jumps on the Chariot, he figures out the way that he needs to move the Chariot is his heart, which we were talking about, of really following your heart. So the heart here basically allows the Chariot to move. There's no reins on the Chariot. There's no way to control these sphinxes other than using your heart. And this is also like, using a different form of control. So it's like, this is what you're doing with yourself. You're not trying to control things in your life. You're controlling yourself. You're controlling yourself from indulging in things that are not good for you, indulging in things that are not helping you in any kind of way, that are making you less than what you could be. It's making you less than what you could be, and you are following your heart here towards something that you really desire. And again, the heart here allows the sphinxes to move. So using your heart is allowing you to move, and this is your guidance not to get trapped by whatever the situation is, this devil energy. This is going to happen before the week begins. So I feel like you will get over this really quickly because you have the inner guidance already. But this is just a heads up. If you're unsure whether this is a good opportunity or not, it's not. It really isn't, to be honest with you. I don't know, wherever you're moving towards, you're going to be having some material success. So this must be something financially related for you, where you're working on finances and finances are coming in for you here, and you're following your heart towards what is the best way for you to live your life, rather than being on someone else's frequency. You're fine tuning to your own frequency of your life. So when you're in your own frequency, your life will work out the best for you, and it'll be the most easiest way to live when you are following your own path. But when you try to tap into someone else's frequency, you're not living true to your own soul's calling. So things won't work out in your favor, and you're literally going uphill. It's an uphill struggle, and you're understanding this here a little bit, I guess, during this week as you're going through this energy. You're receiving here by you taking action, focused action towards your goals. Whatever your goal is, you will see some results, and you will receive. Between Wednesday and Friday, you're feeling victorious, feeling successful. You're seeing progress. You're seeing your progress of what you've built. It's like a fairy tale ending here. We have the Ten of Cups clarifying. It's like you're feeling blissed out. you're feeling victorious, blissed out, not like you don't have to worry about a thing, don't have to worry about anything in life. Like you're feeling very blissed out. This is a very positive energy, Six of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Feeling very enthusiastic, being successful, being victorious, seeing your own progress, and having like a divine love with the universe, with your path, with what's going on within your life, and feeling at harmony with the way things are moving in your life, feeling very connected again to your frequency, very connected to how you should be living your life, as opposed to what you thought. You're actually embodying what you feel in your life a lot more than what you've been looking at as the best way to live. It's like you've perfected success here. And so between Wednesday and Friday, this is fantastic energy. Speaking of, just victorious, feeling victorious, feeling very happy within situations in your life. And again, this is, I got Three of Swords here as a clarification of the Ten of Cups. So that means that, this is you realizing here at this point in time that, this energy of the Three of Swords before the week begins is not what you thought it was. And, again, between Wednesday and Friday, this clarifying the Ten of Cups means that this is what you want, basically. It's already on the way. Something is happening here between Wednesday and Friday, something that is making you feel victorious, feeling successful, and it's something that is taking the pain away. That's what the Three of Swords here is. And this Three of Swords is material pain, the financial pain that you're having. So you're feeling victorious within finances. You're going to be seeing an increase here in finances, feeling blissed out, not having to worry about things. Yeah, not having to worry about strife. Feeling like you have barriers, opposition for opposing forces. Like you're seeing victory here with yourself, with your development, your soul's development, your personal development. You're seeing victory there that's allowing you to move forwards, away from all of this energy of the Three of Swords and the Five of Wands, being taken away from the pain of like having these opposing forces and stuff. So something significant is happening here between Wednesday and Friday. The confirmation, if you can hear it. Very quickly things are happening. So it's like almost like an entrance. It's like a grand entrance that is happening here. Something is coming in with a lot of noise for you. It's going to make you very happy with whatever this is between Wednesday and Friday. That's going to make you feel whatever you're working on. I feel like it's something that you're working on. It could be love. It could be love. Is it love? Is it love? Well, who sings that song? Is it song? Is it love, love, love? Something like that. I don't know. It's not love. It's not love. It's not love. I feel like it's something financially related. Obviously, it's taking out of financial worries. But yeah, it's financially related, and just feeling very successful. It's something that you're already doing, and just whatever it is, just keep following your heart. Your heart is leading you in the right direction to overcome a barrier within your finances, so that you can have wealth, that you can have abundance, you can have happiness. So between Friday and Sunday, we have the sun. So between Friday and Sunday, you're in this energy of the sun. So you're going to be seeing feathers a lot between Friday and Sunday. This is a confirmation for you that you are on the right path. And you're going to be in this energy of feeling warmth, feeling positive energy. However, we have the Eight of Swords as the clarification. So here you feel like you're a bit trapped within life, within your material life. Like you feel like things are not exactly the way you want them to be. Things are, it's like you're reaching a threshold where it's the maximum, and beyond that is like there's no max. There's like a cage, and you've reached the end of the cage, and it's like this. You're like, how do I get out of it? This is what it basically represents. So you're feeling happy, and you're like, there's a massive, like I'm seeing like a massive bird cage, and you're like rising up and rising up, and as you get to the top, and this is you rising from happiness, and the happiness is making you rise, and as you rise to the top, just before, as you get to the top, you're seeing these bars, and you're like, what the hell? How can I get out? And it's like a bird cage is what I'm seeing, a massive bird cage, and you're like, how can I get out? And you feel imprisoned, you feel trapped. But as you get to the top, it's like this thing is being destroyed. You're going through a tower here. You're not you, but like your sense of happiness is going through a tower here. What makes you happy is going through a tower here. Because happiness, like you're going to be feeling happy like you've never felt joy, like you've never felt delight ever before. And you've only known a certain type of happiness, a certain level of happiness is what you're used to, and you haven't actually been to past the bird cage. You've always been in this massive bird cage, and you're finally at this point where like you've grown enough in happiness, and you're now able to really get to the top and have so much happiness that the happiness is destroying the bird cage. And this is what this tower is representative of. You can see here, it's like there's a portal open down here, and the tower is being swallowed. It's kind of, I'm seeing it kind of like that, where you're rising to the top. But the tower is obviously this way, but like the portal is at the top there for me, where it's like right at the top is like where you're becoming free, you're escaping this tower, and the tower is being destroyed at this time within your life. And this is a tower of what the restriction on your happiness because of experiences that you've been through that have left a certain pessimism within you, of disdain within you of life in general, and what is for you and what is not for you. It's like you've been given the short end of the stick within your life. You've been really having to worry and having to struggle. You've been in this Four of Pentacles energy as well. Like you're just, your idea of happiness isn't, you've never actually felt truly happy before. Like you know what happiness is, but to feel like really truly happiness, like you've not had that experience. You've not had that experience, and you're going to. And so you're being free of this as you're going through this energy of the sun. And again, a confirmation for you here is the ephemer. So you're not going to actually be feeling this, but you're going to feel more free. You're going to feel free. Finding freedom. There we go. This is where it is. Finding freedom. You're finding freedom here. You're finding freedom, yeah. As you're embracing this energy of feeling joy, delight, positive energy, warmth, youthful exuberance, like like a little kid, like how kids are exuberant, they love life and they want to do little silly things and all kinds of things. And this is what that energy is like. You're in this energy, chasing your happiness and feeling happy, choosing actively to be happy. And because you're actively choosing to be happy, this is making your energy rise within this bird cage. And this bird cage is not representative of anything other than pessimism of your human experience, from what your expectation was when you got into situations full of optimism, and they left you with pessimism because they didn't work out the way that you wanted them to work out. So this has created this massive bird cage. So you've been through a lot of situations, because to get that kind of a bird cage is huge. To get so you've been through a huge kind of bird cage here. Huge situations that have built this massive bird cage of pessimism. Maybe a lot rather than huge. It could be either or, quantity or quality of the pessimism. But it's created this bird cage, and it's blocking your abundance. It's blocking you is blocking you from freedom. And so this is now being destroyed here between Friday and Sunday. You're finding freedom as a result, which is fantastic. And this is going to allow you to be more spiritual, to tap into a knowing that you've been slightly rejecting. You've been more active within it, in the last few months, but you've kind of rejected your knowing because your material external world, it doesn't match how you're feeling. Like the choices you've been guided to take haven't always worked out the way you expected them to work out, but they worked out for you in the best way for you to evolve. And you've been fine-tuning this whole time. You've been recalibrating, then fine-tuning. So you've been through this process, and at the end of this process, you're gonna be more connected to your intuition, more connected to your subconscious mind. You're not gonna be very much sabotaged by either your intuition or what you think is your intuition, or your subconscious mind or what you think is your subconscious mind. You're tapping into your own sacred wisdom of having this knowing within about decisions to make for your life, knowing that you are on the right path and you are doing the right things. But you can never be wrong if you're true to yourself. So by being true to your desires, being true to how you feel, not looking at other people and saying, well, this person's successful there, I should copy them, but actually following what you want to do, not by what you see someone being successful by. I feel like money's not a big thing here anymore for you. Like you're no longer chasing the bag, you're no longer chasing the bag, you're more chasing happiness. You're chasing happiness, and you're not really chasing anymore because you understand how what you are on the inside is what you reflect. So if you're inside, if you're always chasing something, the universe is really going to give you situations and opportunities to be chasing after more things. But if you choose to be happy, the universe will give you, if you choose to be happy inside, the universe will give you more situations to feel happiness. This is what's happening between Friday and Sunday. And you have a lot of sacred wisdom here, and you're going to be tapping into this more and more as time goes on. But yes, finding freedom. This is a really good week for you of like seeing big change within your material. Before the week seems a bit chaotic. But during the week, it's going to be much better. So, I'm going to pull you out some challenges. So, challenges here are basically the energies you're going through. What is trying to stop you from moving forward. So these challenges will present themselves in one way or another, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. One way or another, there will be blockages, but depending on how you carry yourself, they might not affect you to a great deal. So yeah, these challenges, they're not coming up because I say so, but because this is your energy. When they come up, don't give them energy. That's the best thing to do. When challenges appear within your life, what you need to do is not feed into them, not give them energy. A lot of people don't have that discernment to do that. They end up, if someone wants to hurt you, you don't talk to them. If you talk to someone that's trying to hurt you, you give them more opportunities to hurt you. So when these things appear, you'll be able to recognize them for what they are and not give them energy. So your challenge for this week is, having the mental clarity about your finances, your abundance. You want to live a luxurious life. You do. You want to live a life of abundance, a life of pleasure. You want to feel very independent financially, but you're not being very clear. You're like, I've been working hard. I've been very productive. Why hasn't my life taken off for me yet? You're like, you're not communicating. You're not trying to express yourself within yourself. You're overly doing it. But you're not expressing the other side, you're only expressing like, I've been working hard, I've been productive, why aren't things working? There's always two sides to a story. Sure, you have been working hard, you have been very productive, things have been working out behind the scenes, you've been building like a foundation here. Don't let your mind get in the way of and sabotage you here, like by expressing yourself to yourself from an unbalanced way, so you're not looking at both sides, so you're just looking at one side. When you're a Gemini, you should be able to look at both sides, to be fair. I'm a Gemini rising, so I can say whatever. But you should be able to look at both sides, to be honest with you, of light and dark or whatever, life and death, whatever. You should be able to look at both sides, not just the one side of like, you've been working, not just the dark side, you've been working hard, you've been productive, things are not working out, you've been practical and honest. Don't let your mind sabotage you and ruin communications with people. Like, you might start to feel angry, agitated all of a sudden if you allow your mind to fester on those ideas of like, you've been overly productive and hardworking. Why haven't you received luxury? Why haven't you received your abundance? Why haven't you received your pleasure from life? Like, why aren't you getting what you want? It's coming, it's coming here. You're going through a step-by-step process in order for you to be receptive. You're not receptive, you haven't been receptive, you are becoming more and more, you are more and more receptive. In the past you weren't receptive to even your way, because you were looking at other people and looking at what they were doing and saying, that could be me, I could live like that, so you're kind of like not being authentic. And this is a big problem, because it's creating a lot of blockages within your life, because what was meant for you to come in for you at a very early age wasn't able to come in, because you were closed off to your own part. You closed that part, you were just following what other people were doing rather than following your own insides, or following your own heart, following your own feelings. And so as a result of that, like, you were doing other things that weren't for you. So that's why everything has been so hard for you. But now you're channeling your own feelings, your own emotions, your heart, what your heart is telling you. And feelings, I guess, come from the heart, right? We have emotions. I don't know. That's really interesting. Emotions. We have emotions, right? But like, what do feelings? Feelings are like from the heart, right? But like, if someone like pinches you, you would feel it, but not in the heart. You would feel it in the body. I don't know. Anyway, there's a Gemini coming out. So don't be very clear within your mind. See both sides of like, things are working out. You have built a foundation. It's just a step-by-step process of you receiving. You will feel this by the end of the week as you're finding freedom. You will recognize this. Again, these challenges are here. They're not going to necessarily bring you down to a great extent, depending on how you carry yourself. But just be aware of this. Like, your mind might try to sabotage you and be like, oh, I'm putting in all this hard work and things are not working out. Why are they not working out? Why am I not living a luxurious lifestyle? Why am I not independent, financially independent, or whatever independent? Why am I not, enjoying pleasure? Why am I having to go through this and not, be feeling abundant? It's just your mind trying to say you are abundant, you are very abundant. Again, the challenges here, don't give them energy as they appear. Just be very clear and know that you are very abundant. Understand that anything is possible. Your hard work and your effort is not all in vain. You are putting in energy, don't sabotage it. So let's put it an outcome to see, given all of this energy, what is the result? So you are finding pleasure. In moving forwards. You're becoming successful, finding pleasure in the success that you're gaining this week. Finding pleasure in the success you're gaining here this week, quite literally. You're feeling very motivated, almost like you're on a mission. You're driven on a mission. Motivated is what you're going through this week is making you very motivated. And you're being more open to receive here by the end of this week. You're more open to receive. She's like really, she's like meditating and she's got this golden aura around her. and she's receiving up here from the crown. If you can see it all the way up here, so you're receiving here. You're finally open to receive, and this is what finding freedom is for you. Finding, being open to receive what is actually for you, like what is this whole time has been trying to come in for you. You're finally receiving it from a place, and you're feeling at peace. When this is happening, you're going to be feeling very at peace. And the Empress here is all about receiving, to be honest. The Empress is also about being nurtured and having this being in your own abundant nature, which is also represented by this golden aura, which you can't see, but you're tapping into your own, like I was saying, your own frequency. You're calibrating, you're recalibrating, and you're fine-tuning to your right frequency here, and receiving finally what you've been trying to receive for, I feel like, a long time. You've been having to do the internal work. You've been doing the internal work. The internal work is done, and now like you're receiving what it is exactly that you've been trying to receive by the end of the week here. It's going to start happening. Things are going to shift for you. And I did pull out this one earlier. There's a lot of movement. You're going to be swept along here after this week, but this Friday to Sunday is very important, where you're finding freedom. You need this in order to elevate. This is the key to your elevation. Happiness is the key to you evolving. Happiness is a choice. You have to choose to be happy. If you don't choose to be happy, you'll be miserable. And if you're miserable inside, the universe will give you more situations to feel more miserable. When you're happy inside, the universe gives you more situations to feel happy. So by you doing this, you're unlocking that peace that you've been trying to unlock. You're unlocking it here, and really receiving what you've been trying to get this whole time. You're receiving this finally, and feeling blissed out, feeling blessed and blissed out. Really connected to your own nature, very powerfully, and grounded. At this time, you're going to feel very grounded as you're going through this experience, so feeling at peace, like I was saying. But yeah, this is fantastic reading for you here this week, finding freedom. Again, don't let these challenges, I don't feel like they're going to be significant, to be honest with you. They are here, but I don't feel like they're going to, you're already aware of this, like you've been really moving away from that type of thinking. So yeah, I'm going to leave you a reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. I'm offering a new service. If you're on a spiritual attack or psychic attack, entity, demon, whatever it is, I'm able to figure it out and let you know what's attacking you and where it's coming from. So if you want that, it's down in the my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.